And we're live for episode number 2 of the Walmart Sellers Podcast. We are 2/10 of the way there to being a real podcast for anyone that's counting. So I'm on my, I have 2 failed podcasts on my resume, and we've got to make it at least episode 10, or else it's going to be a third one. So
Let's make it failed number 3. Let's go.
yeah, heck yeah. We'll stop at 9, worst case scenario. But yeah, so we're literally just live streaming this. We're not going to edit it. Also, heads up, I am in a friend's bedroom, recording on their computer. So if we have technical difficulties, or I have 6 kids, and then I think there's another 10 kids here as well.
Oh,
Yeah, so there's a decent chance I'll get interrupted. I got my wife threw me a second surprise birthday party. That's 2 in one weekend for anyone
heck yeah.
counting. Yeah, life's good. Anyway, enough about me. How's Walmart selling for you?
Well, first off, happy birthday,
Thank you.
because we all getting old out here.
I
Um,
know that.
this week in Walmart, honestly, for me, has been pretty consistent. I think we sent out almost 800 units on Friday.
Jeez.
Yeah, man, we're pushing these toys. We'll see what happens. My check-ins are a little slow this week, but we're making do.
800 units. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Dude, you're gonna be what? I mean, you could be hitting 50K months like
I
soon.
I hope so, man. I think my highest is just shy of 40 ish.
Yeah.
Um, I think we could get there. We tightened out our processes a lot. We talked about that a little bit last week. Um, we'll see how it goes. How was your shipment too? You said you had sent out your biggest WFS independently.
Yeah, it was the biggest one we've done out of our basement, and it was like 350 to 400 units, something like that. So
That's still
um,
solid numbers.
I was proud of it because my basement is so small I couldn't even put it in. Like I didn't have the space, so we put it out in the storage container. And then when I was like piecemealing it out, I was like, "Holy crap, this is a lot of
Yeah,
stuff!" Like
your picture was a lot of boxes there, man.
yeah. So I'm pretty. We'll have another one, like another size. I have a pickup tomorrow, and it's a decent amount of stuff. Like once you get to scanning and you kind of get in a groove, and the leads that are coming through. Like I've done some more OA to WFS that I'm real excited about because
Nice.
you don't have to go to a store. All the reasons everyone loves OA.
Yeah.
But enough about that. Enough about 50K months and higher than average profit margins and blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the meat of what this podcast is. I want to talk people out of selling on Walmart. Let me give you the nitty gritty. Let me give you the ugly stuff. Let me give you the horror stories that I've heard. And then just some friendly advice as a business person. I don't know how loud that is, but I have children literally jumping up and down in the room above me. So
You're good. I
apologies.
heard that.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
good.
this may also be some birth control for someone if my children do break the door and get in there. Anyways,
That's funny.
uh, so off the top of my head, some negative things about Walmart. Um, a lot of people can't even get an account. Like
Yep.
they don't accept everybody. Uh, Amazon is known for you're generally able to start a selling account if you want to, as long as you haven't done anything crazy. Um,
Well,
but
isn't the numbers there's like millions of accounts open, but for Walmart there's like under half a million.
Yeah, I don't know what the numbers are. It's definitely lower though, and I can tell you just from DMing people or DMing with people on social media, a lot of people are pissed that they can't get a seller account. They're like, I want to sell on Walmart, but I can't. And so that's a big negative up front. Is like, don't like if you're gonna do it, like get the account because you don't want to spend all this time listening to us talk about everything under the sun, and then you just can't. You're not eligible. So that's a big
Yeah.
negative. Another thing is you can lose your account just like with Amazon. I've heard of people being shut down. I have a friend shut down, completely shut down, and it wasn't entirely his fault. Some of it was his fault, but he had, the defect rate where he was doing late shipments and canceling shipments. he was getting the error where it was selling units that he didn't have. And so he was just canceling. He was like, I'll just tell them it's their fault. And then he couldn't. They um,
That was happening a lot when I first started, just about almost 2 years ago.
yep.
Um, I remember Barbie talking about that. I believe she had gotten deactivated on Walmart. I don't know if it was for that
Really.
before. Yeah. But she was having that issue, and then the cancellation rate really hurt your metrics. It's
Mm-hmm.
similar to that of kind of what Amazon's pushing, is they just completely tell you like, screw off, go somewhere else, because you can't do things correctly.
Yeah, 100%. And what we've kind of been telling people, and the advice that I've heard that I think is the best, if that happens to you, and I mean I've had it happen. You create a case, document it, show that it wasn't your fault. Hey, this is a known error. This is something that is not my fault. Document it, let it be on paper, and I think that gives you a leg to stand on when you appeal to get your account back.
Absolutely.
Um, but I mean, you're pushing 50K months. You're wanting to keep scaling that up. You get a sizable amount of crap at WFS and get deactivated. That's a real expensive removal. And
Yes.
so you have a
Well, who knows, right? It could be like Amazon. They could hold your inventory. I don't have any personal experience with that yet. So, like, if it's anything like Amazon, they're holding 20, 30, $40,000 worth of stuff, and you're
yeah,
like, shit out of luck, brother.
it's just nanny boo boo, like you lose. And
Hmm. And I'm sure they hold your payments just the same,
yeah,
because it's why wouldn't they? They gotta pay out any refunds you get, which refunds on Walmart blow. Um, I
amen.
would think that's my biggest gripe, honestly, with the platform, is the amount of scams you get is actually higher than Amazon, because there's nothing in place to prevent them.
Yep.
Um, so with Amazon, you can FBM something over $100, and you can push the return shipping costs off to the customer, right? And that's going to prevent a lot of people from returning stuff. For Walmart, all they have to do is bring it to a Walmart location, and they can return it and immediately get their money back, no matter what they returned. Um,
Out of your pocket, like it's
yes,
just you
you're
lose.
paying for all of that return shipping,
Yep.
and you're not getting the discounted FedEx rate. They're charging you, full price. This
Yep.
actually, one of my friends, she's a $1 million Amazon seller. She does mostly FBM. I've probably mentioned her before. Um, she hopped onto Walmart and was doing Shark Hydrovacs, because there's no listing on Amazon, and they were clearance in Walmart for like $47. She got like 40, 50, 60 of them. It's crazy. She sold all of them in, a week and a half. She had 5 or 6, and people just straight up swapped them. And she really, really had to fight to get her money back, even though
Yeah.
she had proof of purchase for all of them and serial numbers and everything.
Yeah.
You
That's
you
for
you
sure.
get toys returned, opened. I'm a big toy seller, so the Walmart doesn't care. You can get a max of a 20% reimbursement sometimes.
Yeah. And another thing, while we're griping about this, is just going to turn into a big gripe session
It's a
about
big rant.
yeah, that you can return groceries. So something that people leverage on Amazon, something I leverage on Amazon, is the fact that the return rate on grocery is almost nothing. Like, you almost never have any issues with returns on groceries. Well, on Walmart, they just treat it like anything else. I was selling the Jake Paul drink, the
Prime.
Prime. Yeah, I was selling on one of those listings. Sold a crap ton, and then they started trickling back, and it's like 30% return rate on that. And I mean, I was getting my scalp on, right? I mean, I was charging,
Well, you're buying them what, for like under $2, and you're selling them for 10 or more at least.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
So they get it, and I think they realize, oh crap, like this is one bottle of freaking, drink, and so they return it, and they're like, screw this guy, and that goes from you risking $2 to get a sell to now you're risking $2 plus the product is probably open, plus you had to pay return shipping, plus plus, you know, you could go on and on.
Yep.
Like it's, you know, it can get ugly. I've also heard that return rates for apparel is higher, consistently across the board higher for Walmart. And so, you know, if you're a big apparel seller and you're, you know, wanting to lean into Walmart, listen to me. Account for those returns, and you know,
I
you'll
think
have
people
less
talk
headache.
about what, like 15% sometimes on Amazon. I would account for that higher 30%.
Yeah, I agree. I like you got to really have the margin, you know, and there's lots of products that have the margin, you know, but if you sell 10 of something and get 3 back, I wouldn't go deep on that product. And
Yep.
that sounds like, you know, just general advice, but like especially on Walmart, it doesn't make the amount you're paying to have it returned to you. And after all the fees, like it really eats into everything. So,
Yep.
um, which you know, kind of brings you to you know, another big gripe about Walmart. One thing that, you know, you should know, you're going to have to defend yourself not just against the customers, because the customers suck. That everybody knows that. But you have to defend yourself against Walmart itself, because they're going to lose your crap consistently. Like
Consistent.
every fulfillment center across the board, they're going to lose your crap. You're going to lose entire shipments with no notification.
Yep.
They're not going to send you a courtesy email. Hey, we didn't get this. What was one? Didn't you have a giant shipment that?
Yeah, it was almost $4,000. It was
Yeah,
400 units. They completely lost it.
gone.
It
Just
took a month and a half to get my money too.
it's like that episode of South Park where the guy walks into the bank and he like, I want to invest my money, and he's like, it's gone. Is that South Park? Am I referencing the right cartoon?
I have no idea.
You should have
If it
edited it.
is.
I could add it in. Yeah, but he puts the money in, and it's like, we lost it all. It's gone. You know, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how. And so, you know, you have to defend yourself. So the way that you do that is you reconcile every single shipment. And I wasn't doing this until, you know, a minute ago. You've been doing it. You know, you said you've recovered 8,000.
Yeah, it's almost 9 now
Yeah.
between last week's. Yeah.
If you're not actively defending yourself against Walmart, it's probably not malicious. They just kind of suck. Like they just kind of
Yeah.
they're not great.
They don't have a
sorry,
process.
yeah,
It doesn't exist for them. And it's not just WFS shipments, it's WS referral fees, the
yep,
fulfillment fee and the referral fee. Like sometimes they screw up really bad. If something's miscategorized, you could be getting a higher fee.
yep.
If they're if the weight and measurements of whoever created the listing's off, you could be paying $1 more and not even know it.
Yep. Yep. There was one that I was wanting to sell the individual can, and it was showing that it was 26 pounds. And I guess what happened is they were accounting for it being like a 24 pack or a 12 pack of them or something. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to really watch that stuff. So James does it all on his own, because James is a psychopath of some sort.
Too much time on my hands.
Yeah,
Really what it is.
for whatever reason, James does his own bookkeeping and his own whatever. So I hired a company, and I'm real happy with them. So I'm not going to plug them because I may not be happy with them in 6 months. But if you're looking for that, you know, I'm happy to refer. Just
All
DM me.
affiliate links will come on episode 11.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, they take 25% of whatever they recover, and they're like bulldogs. I mean, they're
That's a
sending.
lot though. 25%.
Yeah, but before that, I was getting 0 because I wasn't doing it, or I was missing
True.
stuff. Like they're, I mean, they're really like digging in and like finding stuff, and so I'm pretty happy about it. Anyways, so you got to defend yourself against Walmart. That sucks. You may skip through that point, but don't. Like if you're gonna sell more than like 5 or 10K a month on Walmart, you need to have a plan for that, because like it's just nobody money. Like
Well, if you're doing any WFS, I don't care how much you're doing, you need to be doing it. Even if
yeah,
you're doing $1,000, you only send one shipment a month. You should still be doing your reconciliation because that's what do they call it, like bleed or something in
yeah,
accounting. That's like you're just losing money. It's dumb not to do that.
yeah.
Or hire a company. Like even if you're doing a very little, go for it. 25% is a lot, but if you're not doing it, you're still up.
Yeah. For sure. Okay. Next point that and anybody who watches live, if you're on here, feel free to click in and say hello or ask questions or whatever. We'll try to get to them. But um, one more big one that I have to say, and I know what James is going to respond with, but error codes.
Oh
You're
God,
gonna have so many like bullcrap errors while you're trying to add the listing, and then while you're trying to convert it to where you can sell it WFS. And so it's just a pain. It's a huge pain, and they're gonna say this item is against it's on our prohibited
prohibited products
use.
policy.
Yeah, or they're gonna say high pricing error, which I get consistently, or you're gonna get one of a dozen other ones, and you just gotta fight through them and like really figure them out. I had one today that it's a high pricing error. I'm priced $4 below the low price. They're selling. I can't sell it because I have a high pricing error, which is obviously the fault of WFS. Well, so I messaged. I made a case, and so sorry. One second. I'm gonna text my wife to tell these kids to shut
Knock
up.
it off.
Hold on just a second.
You're good, man. I completely agree with that, though. But I had my case today. I have a hot product that I can't sell because it's locked out because a higher ranking seller is blocking me from being able to edit the listing. And I opened a case on it, and they said womp womp, and now I'm really upset because I have some of that inventory in there sitting, and it's just like I can't do anything with it.
Yeah, and the email that I got back from WFS, they said this item is unlisted, and then that was a sentence, and then the next sentence was this item will remain unlisted. Hope we solved your problem, and then it gave me a bunch of links, and that's all I got. And so I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do with that? So, and then they sent me a follow-up email and said, did this answer resolve your issue? Like, no, like
Absolutely
not at
not.
all, not even a little bit. Like it was a huge. So yeah, you're gonna have to fight for your fees to get your money back that they're just losing, and then you're gonna have to fight to keep your items listed because you're going to consistently have that issue. So
And at
that's
any moment, they'll pull the plug on a brand, a category, a name. Hello Kitty got hit, I think, a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
I think you got that, and I know somebody else we know got that, and it was
Yep.
like 30, 40, 50 Squishmallow listings. It was like really bad.
Yeah. And if
That's a
you
lot
have
of money.
if you have a dozen or 36 deep on an item, they just don't care. Like it's just
Well,
so
I have a good one for you. I'm actually 180 deep. I was selling 50 to 60 a week. Okay. I would sell out every week of what I could find. It's active in my WFS inventory page. If you click that and you go in and you search that SKU, it says active with 180 available. In my catalog says 0, and it's not available for sale on Walmart. And that's like almost $1,000 worth of inventory right there.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have this issue where we're just griping, but I can't get it to go Walmart fulfilled eligible. No matter what, will not convert. And so, that becomes a fear because when you're out buying, you're like, I don't want to merchant fulfill this crap. I want to WFS it. And so it's like in the back of my head, I can't buy a bunch until I actually list it, actually get it converted, and I know that it's going to actually list without an error once it gets there. And so like you're just guessing. Like, it's just a big guess at that point. Which moving on to the biggest gripe of all, the grand finale, and then we can start to talk you back into selling on Walmart. The biggest issue for me is the lack of data. you're just guessing a lot of times. And so like I think I talked about this on either the last call or it might have been on a private call that we did with the group. But I was selling this lamp and I thought it was gonna kill. And it was, I mean, it was just doing so freaking well on Amazon, but it was significantly more expensive on Walmart. So I thought it would translate. It didn't. I never sold one, and so I let it sit there. I lowered the price, lowered the price, lowered the price. Uh, I watched it, never sold one. It was there. I paid storage fees on it, and then I paid to bring it back, and full price shipping to bring it back. And so you're just guessing. Like a lot of the stuff you just never know. But then there's this drink that I'm getting from Sam's that sells. I mean, as many as I send in, like it, so far, like I've sold out every time, and it's hard to know, like it's hard to buy with confidence because you just like you don't have a keepa, you don't have the monthly sold number, line chart that keepa provides. You don't have a sales rank, you don't have anything like that. It's what Amazon was in 2012. That's where we're at with Walmart. And so the biggest gripe is if you have a bunch of money that you want to push into guaranteed flips, guaranteed ROI, Walmart's not your platform. Like this is a very, very active,
Wild West comparative.
Yeah, and there's a decent chance that even if you do everything right, play all your cards right, you might still not sell. Like it may still get there, and for one bullcrap reason or another, it may still not sell. And that's a terrible thing. Like it's a bad, like with yours, $1,000 just kind of sitting there, and then you're faced with, well, I have to bring it back and sell it on Amazon at loss. And that's
I don't even know if it's on Amazon, to be honest. It was.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I have a case open. They're supposedly working on it. I just checked on the numbers again. It's jumped to 237, and I know for a fact I didn't send that many, so I think they free gave me some inventory. But I'm paying storage fees on that, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah, and there's some poor guy that lost all of his units, possibly me. That is just donating their inventory to you.
Yep.
I've had it happen to me too. There's something that I got 50 units of. I sent in 3, and then it showed up 53, and it didn't. It never took them away, and so it's just kind of steady selling. And so that goes both ways, I guess. But
hey, free inventory is free inventory, right?
Yeah, no kidding. So, with all these negative things that we're saying about Walmart, if you want to hear some positive things, you can check with episode number 1. We talked about some of that. Overall, I'm real excited about Walmart. So much so I changed all my social media from Cody Does Amazon to Cody Does Walmart. We're talking about Walmart stuff on the on this podcast. I want to get to 100K months, and I want to do it in a smart, profitable way where everything's not over leveraged. And so if it takes me 2 years, like I'm good with that. That's my goal. Like Amazon is kind of in the backseat for me, and so Walmart is a big focus for us.
It's definitely our primary as well, and it'll probably remain that way, honestly. Just we sell more. It's easier to find stuff once you figure out what you're doing. Like, why not? There's less sellers, there's higher profit because you can have a higher price. Like, yeah, there's no data, whatever, figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, not to be the kind of pessimist of the group, but figure it out.
Yeah. Some of your messages in the Discord, it's funny because they're like, I don't know how to do blah blah blah. It's like, well,
figure it out.
Yeah. Like some of it is, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because I think some people want to just plug and play with it, and maybe they can do that in like 2 or 3 years, but like
the platform's not there yet.
Yeah, there's a big learning curve, and so we just got a question here with someone live about their Walmart account. We'll get to that in a second, Omar. But there's a ton of stuff you're gonna have to figure out. Before we do that though, can you ballpark like your profit margin, or what you like your expected profit margin or ROI, or are you willing to share any of that kind of stuff?
I'll share general numbers. I don't know for Walmart because I don't track it, and my QuickBooks is broken right now because my bank they updated their login portal and broke it, and QuickBooks is really slow on fixing it. So I have an error code, so I haven't been able to dig into that yet.
It's funny when people ask me that question. I don't start looking at a computer because I don't have my systems in place to have a real good, guess. I can tell you like roundabout, like there's a lot of stuff that I'm selling that's 100% ROI.
Yeah,
Like,
I would say my ROI is at least double of Amazon, and my Amazon sits around 20-ish%. So at minimum, I would say I'm at 40%. We pay ourselves a healthy salary and mileage reimbursement. It pays our cell phones, internet at where we pack and prep everything, and we're still saving money.
Yeah.
So we're doing well. Currently this year, total, not counting this month, so this is January to August, we did 455,500.
Holy crap. That's amazing. I'm
Um,
jealous. That's I mean, kudos, man. That's
Walmart is 54% of our sales. Amazon's 44. eBay's under 2%. Cash is 0.5%.
yeah. Dude, that is so freaking strong. Like I know some of the stuff you're selling. Like you're making freaking bank.
We're trying, man. Like, Amazon just kind of bullshit, and like we do it, but like I could pull all of that Amazon inventory and put it to Walmart and probably make more money. It's just
Yeah.
I don't want to give it up. Compare that to last year. Amazon alone last year was 477 total.
Yeah.
So
if anybody's taking notes here, a trend in our business, I mean, similar trends is it makes more sense to send it to Walmart. A lot of the time, it makes a lot more sense to send it to Walmart, and we're doing Amazon because we can, but not because we have to. And numbers are growing. I was kind of discouraged because I was doing the math. I was like, this is the amount I pay myself. This is the amount that we have in our bank account, but I know we sold this much. But we've had a giant expenditure like several months in a row too. And so like, I think when I do the books, like I think I'll be real happy, until I'm paying taxes on it, and then I'll be real sad.
Hey, but you're building out a warehouse like that. It's going to take money, right? It's going to take time, but all of that's a write off. So in the end of the year, your rent, your utilities, all of that, it comes off the bottom line. So
yeah,
I think you'll be all right.
I just want to get like if I can get it built right, I will. Like the time is the thing for me. Like I'm constantly doing stuff all the time, and so like I just I'm trying to get the time right, and I think having the warehouse and then eventually having someone to do a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now.
If you could hire out your prep and pack to somebody who can figure it out pretty easily,
I just want to hire out RA. That's my first hire will be RA. Is like the crap I'm doing. Good lord. Birth control, right about. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Dumping a bucket of Hot Wheels onto the floor.
Over and over and over again. But yeah, the time is the thing. Like if I can have them go out and shop, make lists from the group chats and the groups that I'm in, Discords and different places, have that system in place, have them bring it, and then have someone that helps with prep. Like I can cut down like 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Which would be huge for me. Like that would be a really big, deal for.
Because then you could also spend that time doing OA buys, and you're doubling your availability of inventory, basically.
100%. And in my area, like hiring people is not that big of it. Like even if I do double minimum wage, like it's a pretty reasonable, rate.
Yeah.
And
if you could teach them how to buy too, honestly, like, because art is an art form. I feel like
Yeah,
seeing
you're right.
like that's what I've been doing for 6 years. Is like 99% RA. Um, Knowing what to buy, how to buy, and all the scary signs. At least for Amazon is a lot harder than Walmart. But if you can teach them how to do that and buy like really keep a chart and do all that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
then I think it's worth it. I I wouldn't I want to be the runner because I prefer to make those decisions.
yeah, that makes sense. That makes total. But you know, in my mind, you do the running on the front end. You establish the list. You establish the the bulk of what they're doing, and then you teach them how. While you're there, spend 20 extra minutes scanning. This aisle, this aisle, this aisle. Look for this, and this. Especially with the one that I can't talk about, or else the mafia will come after me. No, screw that. I'm gonna talk
The
about it.
old man mafia,
Yeah. Ollie's bargain. What is it? Bargain something. Anyway,
bargain
Ollie's.
outlet.
Yeah, like you go to one. At least in my area, you go to one. They're getting similar stuff every week, and so if you have a crazy haul at two different stores, it's worth it to go to those other 8 stores. But the time to do that, so I've done some of that already with some success with the lady from church, and I'm excited to do more of that. Like I want to
Is that the
offer
same lady who stole your Lego points?
different lady from church, and that's a good story for another time. Uh, I don't know if she'll watch this, but yeah, I did have a miscommunication slash juicy gossip story about getting a bunch of reward points stolen from
Should
me.
block her YouTube account if she has.
Yeah, but all that to say, Walmart is a really, really good option, but go rewatch the first 20 minutes of this podcast because there are lots of.
And there's more. There's more we
Yeah,
didn't even talk about.
you're right. Anything specific off the top of your head?
Reviews.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, reviews. You can't get them removed. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter who made the mistakes. WFS makes the mistake. The customer leaves a 1-star review. You can't remove it.
I had a WFS item. Customer messaged, I'd like to cancel my order. They bought it. I didn't buy it. They bought it. They want to cancel. WFS doesn't cancel it, sends them the product. I paid a fee. I paid shipping to the customer who doesn't want it and who told WFS they don't want it. They returned it. I paid return shipping. I hope they returned it. I'm assuming they returned. They might have just got fully comped without having to return it, which is a Walmart issue, by the way. Then on top of all that, the customer leaves me a negative review, and I have no fault here. And Walmart's just like, we don't remove negative reviews. We don't care about that. And they say deal with the customer. Figure it out with the customer. It's like that's so wrong. Like
The
that's not.
customer is never going to respond to your email. So how are
Mhm.
you supposed to work it out with the customer?
Yeah.
Or how about, have you had any angry customers call you yet?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hi, I answer, hello, or Amazopify is now cold calling Walmart
Oh,
sellers, so you'll get
cool.
that sooner than later. I'm not gonna do an impression because but I mean, this whole spiel, and I'm like, dude, I'm not interested at all. Like, I hate you guys. Like, I do not want to do that. And that's bad. Yeah, but yeah, your number will be on blast. So a good way around that is do a Google Voice, but I haven't done that yet, and so
They changed it. You can't.
you can't. That sucks.
Wow. I still have mine active, but they kicked off a lot of people's who can't. And you have to have an actual number. So I actually have both my Google Voice and my normal cell phone number on there. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Um, the first one I got, uh, the dude was mad that he got scalped for a $15 item that he paid for and clicked buy that I shipped. And a cranky old man called me.
Yeah.
He's like, There's no way I paid $15 each for 2 of these. And I was like,
Yeah.
sir, yes, you did,
Yep.
because the order page would show you that. Also, you can return them for free
Yeah.
if you're mad about it. Oh, okay. And I never got a review or anything, but that was the first one.
Yeah, that's definitely negative. Another big negative that I was going to talk about is just your change of focus. Like, just as a business person,
Oh, yeah.
like, you might really just be better to just go all in with Amazon. Amazon is an amazing platform.
There's
Like, there's a
tons of people out there doing that, and they open up
huge
Walmart
opportunity.
accounts, and, like, they don't have time to do 2 things. My
Most,
Amazon was dying. I had to do something.
yeah, yeah. I think it's just something you have to factor in. Like, there's a cost to dividing your focus into.
Absolutely.
You need a second prep table. You need a second prep system. You need a second, process from start to finish. You got to scan everything twice. Like, there's a cost there, and so I think a lot of business people would be better off to just focus until you hit 7 figures on Amazon. Like, it seems like a no brainer, but like, I think there's power in focus. I think there's power in in not splitting your focus. And so
Absolutely.
take my advice, or do what I'm doing. Which it sounds like are different things right now. But I think that's a big thing to mention. Is that it's there's a cost to
Yeah.
having to do all those extra things, and so like
And
it
if
may
you
not.
hire people, you have to build a whole new system or hire new people to build a whole
Twice.
new system.
Yep.
If you're a wholesale, guru guy, slaying Amazon, doing 10 million a month, you have to hire a whole nother team just to handle Walmart. And that could be expensive up front.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, maybe that could make you another 10 million a month, who knows, but it's still, you then have to think about two different things, where some people work better just like hyper focus on the one.
Yep. I totally agree. Also, I mean, there's a risk that Walmart might just pull out, at some point. Like maybe they just don't want to deal with a certain type of seller, or maybe they gate an entire category, or
Beauty
let
Geddon might happen on Walmart too, who knows.
yeah, could. I mean, I could totally see that. Like, that's what I mean. It's got to be coming, where they're gonna gate stuff randomly, or some. I don't know. There's risk with everything, but the risk and like the dividing your focus just in a general business sense is big potential negative for a lot of people. I think because people get shiny object syndrome, and they're like, everybody's talking about Walmart. 15 people dropped a Walmart course. I gotta get in on that. And it can be hard to say no when that's what you actually need to do. And I think there's some people that actually should just say no, and they should just focus on getting to that next level with their main thing. So, well, that's all. That's all I got to say. Let's see. Omar says, just opened a Walmart account. There is no option add items anywhere. Any reason for that? Omar,
You
we have a Discord. It's real cheap. It's $9 a month. If you want to get in there, we can we can help walk you through. There's a course in there that has all the basic stuff. Do you know what he might be talking about off the top of your head?
likely he's missing like bank account verification or something like that, because you can't list anything until you have all of that stuff set up. So that'd be my first shot at kind of what's going on. Because somebody else was actually having that issue in there the other day, and we were chatting about it in the group. So I have a good feeling that it's likely you got to wait for your bank account to verify fully, and then your ship from address, your shipping template, you got to get all that together.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, I'll put the link in the. Do you have it handy there, James?
I
The
can pull
main
it up.
link. Yeah.
I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to sell us on a Discord. Also, if there's anybody that watches that's below the poverty line, we'll give you a free, couple months in there just to help get you started. Oh shoot, got a Section 3 on Amazon. Got to diversify now. I've heard that story before, and that
Me
freaking
too.
sucks. I hate that, man. Good luck with it. Yeah,
Where do
here's
you
your,
want me to plug these?
just put them in the comments.
All right. I think I
I
gotta
can update
finish.
the description once we get off.
Okay, I gotta join. Okay. Continue.
Hey Omar, is it listing seller fulfilled or is it listing WFS? I bet it's seller fulfilled, but if it's WFS, it could be something different. I texted my wife. I said, "Hey, can you tell the kids to be quiet that are in the room right above me?" She sent back, "Yes, I will," and they got louder. So that's parenthood. If anyone is wondering, seller fulfilled. Yeah, you may just not be fully verified or something, man. Let's see. I'm not on my computer. You should be able to go to catalog, and then up in the top right, it'll say manage items, and then you can hit add item from there. So if you can't do that, you need to create a case and see what they need from you. They may be waiting to verify something.
It's not letting me
Okay,
paste it in the chat, so
let's see if I can do it here.
I'll send it. I'll link them to you in Discord, but
I'm not logged in. Hey, Omar or anybody watching, just DM me on Instagram and I'll get you that link. And anybody watching in the future, I'll put it in the description below. But yeah, I mean, that's our kind of our thing. Like that's what we're working on for Walmart is like for like it's a decade long project for me, and you can buy a lifetime pass or you can pay the monthly. But we just want to have a real good resource for Walmart sellers, and eventually we'll have Amazon course
and we are the cheapest, most likely Walmart course you'll pay for, but it doesn't mean you get cheap shit. All right, we're gonna we gotta revamp some stuff right now because they updated a bunch of stuff. But $9 a month, 200 for a lifetime is cheaper than the recent course that we saw is that almost 300 yearly. So
and they're probably doing a good job. They're all probably doing a good job, but this is just kind of it's more of a passion project. The reason it's not free is because we don't want to be a 5,000 member group immediately. Also, we do pay guests to come in. Like we're paying like actual practitioners, people that are doing the thing. Like we have a ton of this is just a sales pitch now. If that's just like
we do this every time, but yeah. It's okay.
You can go back and see all of the like hour-long interviews we do. Like this is obviously public, but the Discord won't be. It's completely blocked off by that paywall, and so I think that's the best way to do it. So that's how we'll.
It stops a lot of spammers and stuff too coming in, which is a pain in free communities. So.
Yeah, but also we're just greedy and want to get rich off of the public.
Yeah, we're gonna get rich.
$9 at a time. But anyways, past all that, I think we covered any questions anybody asked. We will be doing the podcast every other week going forward. But these first three we're doing weekly just to get started strong. If you do have questions, feel free to ask on social. We'll try to put it in the next show. And
yeah, we gotta add that in the description. We get all the links and stuff in there too, and we can plug our socials in there too.
Yeah, like there's going to be new challenges and new stuff that's going to happen like that we have no idea about yet, and so we want to keep
accurate.
We can't be the Walmart Sellers Podcast and not have a finger on the pulse to kind of know what's up. So anyways, thanks everybody. Love almost all of you. Thank you for watching. The rest of you you can watch too. So you got anything else to say, man?
Thanks for coming to episode 2 of our failed podcast.
Yes,
I'm James. Red Olive Industries on Instagram. Follow me.
Please go follow my friend James. He's got like 101 followers.
Yeah, I got nothing. Show me some love, please.
He needs the follower count to go up. And I'm Cody Does Walmart. You'll see me doing TikTok dances to Indian rap music and whatnot, and talking about Walmart stuff.
Your next reel better be a TikTok dance in front of your pile tomorrow morning.
That's a great idea. Yeah. I should do that.
It'll go.
All right, everybody. Goodbye.